In this video, we have two rational equations to solve. And the thing you have to look out for when you're solving a rational equation is, before you get started, check the denominators. Any value that makes the denominator 0 is not going to work. So look at the first one. Got an x plus 1 and one denominator, x plus 1 again, and the other one, negative 1 and 1 is 0. So you know that negative 1 cannot be a solution. So if you get negative 1 for an answer, that's going to be an extraneous solution, just like with some radical equations, especially the ones involving square roots. So we'll go through here in the first one and just clear the fractions, make it easier to solve. So multiply through by the LCD. Got x plus 1 squared and x plus 1. So we'll multiply through by x plus 1 squared. Left side, got an x plus 1 squared, so that cancels out. I get 1. 1 will equal 2. And then 1 over x plus 1 here. One factor cancels out, so that leaves me with x plus 1 here. Then the 2 gets multiplied by x plus 1 squared, so that'll just be 2. And the square multiplied out, x plus 1 squared, is going to be x squared plus 2x plus 1. Let's simplify then. Got x plus 1, and let's multiply here by 2. X squared plus 2x plus 1 multiplied by 2 will give me the 2x squared plus 4x plus 2. And you can see we're going to get a quadratic equation out of this. So we want to get everything to one side in case it factors, or we can use the quadratic formula. Bring the 1 over, this one over, that's got to cancel. Let's put the 0 over here on this left side. And we'll get 2x squared. Got a 4x and an x, that'll be 5x here, and plus 2. So let's factor this out. Don't have a common factor here, so we're factoring a trinomial here. The factors of the 2x will be 2x and x. Factors of the 2 over here, 2 and 1. Remember, we wanted to come out to 5x here. Let's make this a plus 1 here, and a plus 2 over here. X times 2x is 2x squared, 2 times 1 is 2, and then the inner terms here is x, and then 4x over here is 5x. Set each factor equal to 0, so 2x plus 1 will be 0 if x is equal to negative 1/2. Okay, we just set that equal to 0, 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Add negative 1 to both sides, and then divide by 2, we get x equal to negative 1/2. X plus 2 can be 0 when x is equal to negative 2. Set that equal to 0, solve for x, and we get negative 2. So the two solutions for this one, x equal negative 1/2 and negative 2, and we don't get 0 in the denominator. The only one that we can restrict here is if it's negative 1. So if you go ahead and check these, plug it in, you will get the same value on both sides. So both of these will check. X equal to negative 1/2. Or x equal to negative 2. This one has two solutions. The other one, number 2 here, we have y over y minus 1 quantity squared. So basically this is a y squared here, and y minus 1 squared. Got, on the other side, I got y over y minus 1 plus 7. So again, the LCD for this one is going to be y minus 1 squared. So on the left side then, I'm going to have the y squared in the numerator. When you square the denominator, that's y minus 1 squared. So that's going to cancel the y minus 1 squared when you multiply. So on the left side, I'm going to have a y squared. And then on the right side, multiplying here, we have 6 times y. And the denominator, we have the y minus 1. And over here for the LCD, we have two factors of y minus 1. So one of them is going to cancel with one in the denominator, so that'll leave us with 6y times y minus 1. It'll be plus, got a 7, and then again multiplies the y minus 1 squared. So it'll be 7 times, so we'll go ahead and square this out. This will be y squared minus 2y plus 1. Again, the denominator has a y minus 1 on both sides, so we know that if we get y equal to 1, which makes that denominator 0, it's not going to work. Anything else, as long as you do the algebra, the calculations correctly, your answer should check. But if you want to make sure, you go ahead and check it. So we got y squared here. Multiply through here by 6y, we get 6 y squared minus 6y. And this plus, multiply the y squared minus 2y plus 1 by 7, you get 7y squared minus 14y plus 7. So let's combine. So you got a 7y squared here and a 6y squared. That's 13y squared, but then we're going to bring this y squared over, becomes a minus y squared. So after combining those, we get 12y squared here. And then we got a minus 14y here and a minus 6y here. Combine those, that'll give us a minus 20y. And we got the 7 left over, so it's just plus 7. Of course, we added the minus y squared to both sides, so we got a 0 on the left side. So we get 0 here. And then we want to factor this out. So the 12y squared we can factor into 6y and 2y. So it'd be 6y, 2y. You know the signs are going to be the same because the third term is plus, and we're going to minus there, so both of these will be minus. Now we want to find factors of 7 that'll give us this minus 20y for the middle term. The only thing we have is 7 and 1. So I think that'll work. 7 here and a 1 here. 2y times 6y, again it's a 12y squared. Minus 1 times minus 7 gives me the third term, 7. And then for the inner product here, minus 7 times 2y and a minus 1 times a 6y, that adds up to negative 20. So product of two factors is equal to 0 here. So we say each factor equal to 0, 6y minus 7 equal to 0. Add 7 to both sides here. And divide by 6. So one possible solution here will be 7 over 6. For the other one, the other factor could be 0, so this would be 2y minus 1 equal to 0. Add 1 to both sides, we get 2y equal to 1. Divide by 2, we get 1/2. And those will work. It'll probably take you longer to check the answer than to work it out, but those will work. The only ones you have to be concerned about when you're solving a rational equation is make sure that if you get an answer that makes one of the denominators 0, it's extraneous. So you just throw it out. The others should work. So 7 over 6 and 1/2 are the solutions. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.